Now then, yesterday morning we floated into a realm, and I think floating is the word, took us into the realm of worship, which really had its beginning in our chapter the other day in in Acts 13, where various men came together. And the word says that they ministered unto the Lord. It was really from there that we have developed this, and the Lord led in this. So very few people know anything at all about ministering unto the Lord. I think that most of you will have observed most people seem to go to church to be blessed. Well, that's all right, but it is not all right enough. God likes a blessing too. Another thing that distresses God is this. Many people go to church in order to be made to feel better. That's all right too, but not all right enough. We should assemble ourselves not merely that we might feel better, but that we might be made better. Get it? God is always at work to bring us into the likeness of His Son. That is God's great objective. Not to make us happy, not to make us yelp like a dog, but to be made like unto His Son. If we would keep that objective of God in mind all the time, many things would be different. And that's right. Now let's go back to yesterday. I talked to you yesterday about noise making, and worship, and we'll gather up the fragments from there and then move on. You know, there are far many more noise makers than there are worshipers. There are far more noise makers than worshippers. Of course, there's a reason. In the first place, noise is cheap. Anybody can make noise. But worship is expensive. Do you know that true worship is costly? Just like real perfume. You can buy perfume in the 5 and dime for a dime a bottle. For that is cheap synthetic concoction. That's what it is. A cheap synthetic concoction. But real perfume is something else. Just a few weeks ago, I was in a town in France, Grasse, down by the Riviera, where flowers bloom all winter long. In December and January, the roses bloom. And they're making there the real perfume, not from synthetical concoctions, but from real flowers. Large tracts of land there is given all together to the raising of flowers. They bring flowers in by the truckload every morning, and those flowers get crushed, and they get boiled, and their perfume is extracted. Then it is taken off the distilled water with a silver spoon. And then you walk up to a little bottle like this. In the Woolworth store, you can get something like this for $1. And you say, how much is this perfume? You might say $15. $6. You say, ouch! 20,000 francs. 30,000 francs. 40,000 francs. What's the difference? Costs something. Do you know what I learned? It takes 9,000 rosebuds to make 1 pound of essence of roses. 9,000 pounds, 9,000 rosebuds make only 1 pound of essence of roses. And the rose pickers must go out early in the morning and pick the buds. The dew must still be on the roses. The buds must be picked before sunrise, because as soon as the sun rises, the perfume, the scent, begins to evaporate. They get the greatest yield of perfume from roses picked before sunrise. Think of it. The roses weren't blooming when I was there, but it looks as though I'll be coming through there over the Christmas holidays, and if I can possibly spare the time, I want to stop off for a few hours. I might make it and walk through the rose fields and the Riviera next December, early in the morning, while the dew is still on the roses, and watch the pickers at work. I want to get up with the pickers. Oh, and go out with them if I can possibly arrange my schedule so I squeeze it in. You know why? For the finest perfume, you must get up in the morning before sunrise, while the dew is still on the roses, while the rest of the people still roll around in their beds. You are up like Jesus and the great while before day. He arose and went out into mountains to pray. There is where you gather the perfume for real worship. Hallelujah. Oh, this time. Don't you smell it? How much nicer. Where you just sit, as the case may be. David used to sit before the Lord. You sit in that quietness, you worship God. That's the real thing. But that costs something. You'll get that hit parade from all kinds of people. They make a big noise and they think they did a lot of worshiping. I'm sure many a time the Lord puts his finger in his ears and walks out so they get done with it. I do. We had a meeting once, and after the meeting the Spirit just settled down. Oh, such a break. By the way, when you walk through the town of grass, you can smell the town before you get near it. And after you come out of those factories, the scent of that perfume stays on your clothes for many hours. People can't tell. I know where you were. You were down in the scent factory, weren't you? How come? You just get into that presence, You linger there, you walk around, they take you through, show you how they make drinks, and when you come out, the sentence on your clothes. Do you wonder why the Lord calls us into His presence and lets you there sit and sit and sit and sit and sit and sit? So when you walk into a meeting, the fragrance, His fragrance, that attaches itself to you, permeates and feels it. Somebody brought it. And everybody in that meeting, and our presence just settled down. We sat, I'm going to jar you. We sat, and all you could do was praise God. We got there quite a while. Praise God. You didn't dare say it out loud. It was too sweet. Up jumped the sister. Come on now, folks, and here's the jar. Let's get the victory. Onward, Christian soldiers. And one fool always finds the bigger one to admire him. And another fool follows her. So they put out a Jericho march. You know what they did? I will say within a few seconds, the entire atmosphere was completely dissipated. I got up, told the people to stand, and dismissed the meeting, I think, within 5 minutes. Here we were worshipping, and along comes a dumb mule. I thought she had to make a big racket because nothing was doing. Oh, the doers. Don't we know yet that God doesn't like wool? Did He not tell the priests of the Old Testament they were not to wear wool? What's that got to do with it? A whole lot. God did not want the priests to perspire in their worship. They were not to wear anything that causes sweat. God isn't interested in the product of human effort. He doesn't want a generation of that human sweat, so to speak, to get things going and get a meeting done somehow. Doesn't want sweat. What we need is mom. Somebody's ready to go. Not that effort. None of that. Come on now. Everybody. That's it. Come on, sister, brother. That's it. That's it. Everybody yell. Now, all you feel better. No, you all. Smell it. Sweaty. Thank God that's over. Boy, did we have a time. Oh, hallelujah, nothing. It's a pain in the neck. You don't get me to go along with that. Because I know what worship is. Go on with your circus alone if you want to. But let me sit. Your fault that you're here. You know what God said in His Word? To you come into the land that you are going to possess, that land will not be as the land of Egypt, where you have to tread water. That isn't the exact term now, but that is the thought. Oh, which thou waterest with thy foot. You know how they watered Egypt and do with their foot in some section? I'd like to see that somewhere. I'd like to see that sometime. They have a big water wheel, huge water wheel that dips down into a ditch. There they are. They have to tread the wheel, the wheel. On the other side, you see, they have to keep the wheel going. On the other side, the water comes up then, and then they dump it into some irrigation ditches and down into the fields where they work. Oh, John, boy, you gotta get some water. Oh. But God said the promised land is different. I'm going to send you to a land where the clouds rain down the rain, where you need no more water wheels. I'll send you rain. And folks, this Pentecostal land we're in is not a land of water wheels. Oh, it's got lots of wheels, but something's wrong. God wants to give us the rain of heaven, where you can sit, uplifted hands, and God sends down the rain. No work, no wheels. But when I see somebody wheeling, I say to myself, poor brother, you're working so hard to get down a few buckets. You'll get a couple of bucket and a half, sure. Whereas if we were properly aligned with God, He would send so much rain that no wheels could ever give us. Why don't we go back to Pentecost, where we see God, walk with God, worship Him, and just allow Him to do the saturating of His feet. We do that in school. Ask our students. We never work on a meeting. We never sweat it up. Get it all hoarse and all red and all rank because we work so hard to get us worship. Don't get it anyhow. Just a big racket. The truth is, a true worshiper cannot even worship in that atmosphere unless they shut themselves into a cocoon and are all by themselves. You know what Hattie Hammond said to us down in school? She said, I was in a meeting where they worked the meeting so hard that I got up and she said, Jesus, come on, let's get out of here. I walked out of more than one meeting. I could not take it anymore. Because you're backslid. But folks, it takes 9,000 rosebuds for 1 pound of essence of roses. Why don't we learn the secret of worship from nature and from the Word of God and from the Spirit of God? Like we said yesterday, those that worship Him must worship Him in spirit and in truth, for God seeketh such to worship Him. Why is He seeking? Because they are so hard to find. But of course, children love noise. They're just noise boxes. A few years ago, I worked on a ship a French boat, small boat relatively, sitting on deck, enjoying the ocean, just, relaxing. You need that too once in a while. And one afternoon did I hear a racket. Along comes the children. They had those noisemakers, those rattles they use on New Year's evening. They spin them around. I don't know what it is, stones or something. Noisemakers and toot-toot-toot-toot-toot, and all kinds of things. Swarming over the deck. I said to a man next to me, "What is this?" He said, "The captain has given a party to the children and they gave out gifts." And they gave them noisemakers. That's one way to advertise your ship this year and drive off the passengers. A lot of people have been on the way a long time, but they still prefer an old rattle to the real word. By the way, I think we missed a message in tongues a while ago. Perhaps I should have waited a bit. Praise God. I rather think that should have come earlier when we were on the roses there in grass, but it's all right. Brother says that's the place, I agree. I don't know why I didn't pause, but I'll tell you something. Might as well check something here. Quite a few times in this camp meeting here, I have been calling for utterances. Now, that's not an altogether healthy situation. I never do this until I'm quite sure that I'm right. Or really sure. But the tendency is that people begin to rely on that. Actually, when I say there's an utterance down there, that's more or less an emergency statement. You ought to act on your own and not wait for the leader to say something. I don't always know. Sometimes it takes me by surprise. And when you have the quickening, and especially when you have learned the things, you should not just wait for me to stop and to ask for and wait for it. You wait till I'm finished with a sentence or so, or get the thing in on your own. I hesitate to do that too often because folks begin to rely on it. And it's, as I said, it's only to help the situation out. Now, yesterday morning, when I dismissed the meeting, I did not feel we had all that God wanted to give us. When I stopped speaking around 20 minutes after 11, the Spirit suddenly drew a curtain over my speaking. After that point, I was sure floating along with the Spirit. Suddenly, it just seemed like a curtain drew over my speaking. I had nothing more to say whatever. Then right home. There are too many people already who have nothing to say and insist on saying it. Did you get that? And as we were sitting in that presence, I almost said, I feel somebody is holding back in the Spirit, but I didn't say it. I was very weary, and when I'm weary, it interferes with my discernment. So I didn't want to run the risk. Because today, I have never been wrong when I made a statement. I feel there's nothing. To my recollection, I've never been wrong, but I'll be wrong sometimes. That can happen. But after the meeting, somebody came to me and said, Brother Beuttler, I had an utterance and didn't give it. I was so sorry because I felt the Spirit was going to give us the cue and it didn't come. So I said to the party, why didn't you? And it was a person that had given a number of utterances here and has always been reliable. And the party said, I had already given one, but I did not know it was permissible to give a second offering. Well, now you see, we are in school. We are in school. You see how necessary it is to have meetings like these so people learn? Now the party could have known. I'll tell you why. The party has been with us for quite a little while now. I do not know whether from the beginning. And could have observed repeatedly that we have had folks here who gave more than one utterance in the same meeting, the same people, and could have learned from them. But how slow all of us are to learn and to observe. I said to the party, now the next time, will you know? Yes. We are in school. But Brother Beuttler, wait a minute. Before you talked on worship, and now you're talking about gifts of the Spirit. How come? Quit it. We are in school. No doubt at school we discuss a subject, and somebody asks a question or the problem comes up, and we deal with that problem, so we'll get a greater benefit from the teacher, the Spirit of the living God. You know, even people who know not God, who have their own God, so to speak, like to give them worship. And just about 2 months ago, now, a little less, I walked through the city of Tunis, in Tunisia, North Africa. Somebody took me to the Arabian Quarter, narrow streets, very narrow, selling all kinds of wares, and there was an Arab shopkeeper. Do you know what I saw him do? He had something there, and all of a sudden I saw a cloud arose from what he had, some kind of what shall I call it, copper plate or something like that. And there was a lady with us. She was our interpreter from French into the Arabic. And I asked her, what's he doing? You know the answer that I got? He's offering incense to Mohammed, believing that if he offers incense, and I saw it right, he's going to have more sales. Business will be better. I bought some of the incense. I do not have it with me. It's on the way now from Europe. I believe they sent it by now. And if I think of it, I'll bring you some next year and show it to you. You smell it. It has a strange but very pleasant fragrance. They take it, they powder it to pieces, they put it on some coal from wood. What do you call that? Charcoal. And up goes the incense, and there he stands and looks up to his Muhammad and worships before him, believing as the incense rises, he's going to get a blessing in his business. Friends, how about our incense? Do you know God just looks around in the meeting, as it were, and there isn't much sun, is there? No. But then he says, I'll tell you something. Oh, it's 9:30. Let's walk over to Mountain View Camp. They're down in the tent by now. And he comes around and sees a dozen or two people huddled together. There they sit. All of them. God can smell. Is that so? My Bible says that when Noah offered an offering, the Lord God smelled a sweet savor. God can smell. And God takes it all in. I must go back to grass for a moment. Naturally, they have all kinds of scents. All kinds. Some of their perfumes, they use a combination of 30 and 40 and 50 different flowers. The perfume, the scent, the essence is an oil. The perfume's an oil in the flower. It's extracted. And they mix it in such a manner as to get different blends and, of course, different perfume. And you go from place to place. I'll try this one. Want some on your clothes? Sure. I always said yes. I went from table to table. The next table, you like some? Sure. Another shot. Next table, I don't know what it smells like. That was wonderful. I dare say, every one of us, I'm sure, has a different fragrance in the nostrils of the Lord. And bless your heart, I dare say, He likes us all. And when we sit together and worship Him, He'll come around. It's a nice song. Yes, Father, that's wonderful. You understand this one. So you know, tell you the truth, we just don't know which one smells the best. I don't think that's too much overdone. There is so much in our lives that He uses to turn into a peculiar fragrance. And you know what? There was one ingredient used in the incense, I forgot which. It's either a nica or stacte, one of the two. An ingredient of perfume that was extracted from a crab in the sea, in the Red Sea, in one of the seas over there, a deep sea crab. That ought to be an encouragement to some of you. They came from. Oh, I must study up on these things again. Oh, they're wonderful sights. An extract from a crab. Folks, God has many children who are crabby. And yet, God manages to get an ingredient out of them that is used in the worship of God. You know, in this incense, in the Old Testament, which was a composite of 4 different ingredients mixed with olive oil. They had an ingredient called frankincense. The frankincense was was a gummy substance that was taken from that bush. Do you know how they got it? In the evening, they would go to the tree or to the bush, and they'd make an incision with a knife. And then the juice, the gummy substance, would ooze out during the night. It would flow out because of the incision. In the morning, they collect it and use it as an ingredient in their worship. Sometimes, to make a real worshiper, God has to put them in the dark. Then comes along a severe ecclesiastical critic and makes an incision, not with a sharp knife, but with a sharp tongue. And you wonder why. And something out of you begins to ooze. You're hurt. You're relieved. And God uses that very suffering as an ingredient for His worship. There was another ingredient called galbanum. They drew substance from that. But in order to get it, they would bruise the tree with a stone. And then it would flow freely. Sometimes we get bruised, and we wonder what it is all about. Why do people hit us over the head? To give us an essential ingredient in our worship, that we might worship God with a broken spirit and a contrite heart. You know what the word says? A broken spirit in the sight of God is of a great price. Do you know why? Because it costs so much to have a broken spirit. And it's so rare. And then when with that spirit of worship, you get into a meeting where they're only bent on noise making, where you think you're in a gymnasium or in a circus or around Times Square in New York City on New Year's night at 12 o'clock. How can you flow with a thing like that? You can only shut yourself in with your God and in the temple of your own spirit worship God in spirit and in truth. Noise is cheap. Worship is costly. But are we willing to pay the price of being a true worshiper? Jesus paid the price. His step is portrayed in the Old Testament. His step went up to God as a sweet savor when those animals were born. And it will go on with God in the school of His Word, in the school of the Spirit, and in the school of divine providence. You will find God will make of us those who can worship Him acceptably in his sight. There are many noisemakers, but there are few worshippers. God is a spirit, and those that worship him must worship him. That doesn't mean you can compel worship. You never can compel worship. Mechanical means are useless. It doesn't mean worship can be compelled. It only means if we are to worship God at all, we must worship him in spirit, because on no other plane is worship. God seeks those who worship him on the plane of God, in spirit, for God is spirit. Shall we pray?